Good morning.
Howdy, y'all. We're still at the same place, which is Seminole Campground or State Park, right?
Seminole Canyon State Park.
Yeah. It's nice, but it's getting cold.
Mm-hmm.
Today's our last warm day here.
Day and night, warm day and night.
When the sun sets tonight, tomorrow it's going to look like this all day. And
Might get some rain.
we might get some rain, and then tomorrow night.
We're looking at those cold temperatures. And actually colder than when we got the shelter. But here we're kind of in the middle of nowhere and we're out of options. We can't really move south because we have plans to not go south. So we don't want to backtrack and go back and then turn around and drive 10 hours. It's only going to be really, really bad for 2 nights, and then it should start warming up slowly again. So we're just going to do what we have to do, and we'll talk about that later.
Something we've never done before. We don't know how it's going to turn out. It might be fun. It might be stupid. But we'll let you know when we do it. But today, we're about to get some breakfast started, and we're going to enjoy this last sunny day once the clouds pass and do a little mountain biking.
Well, Cody's getting the mountain bikes out and ready to go. He has to get them out of the trailer. Here. We've got our helmets we've got to get out, water bottles I've got to fill up. He's got to put the front wheel on the bikes after he gets them out of the trailer. And we're just going to ride from camp. The trail's not very far from here. Now, if you are interested in mountain biking, you're in the Little Rock region or Arkansas, you should check out Spokes. Very friendly, helpful staff, very knowledgeable, and they have great bikes. Giant is their go-to provider for bike brands.
I wanted to tell y'all this trail is an historical South Union Pacific Railroad that was relocated, but this is where the original one went through. It actually runs right there because there's the visitor center yesterday where we went and we did the hike that y'all saw on Tuesday where we saw the pictographs, and this down here is a railroad track, and we're going to hit it and go south heading towards the Rio Grande, and there's also a rim trail of this canyon that we're camping at, and we're going to roll along that. It's a little rocky, a little crazy.
It's rocky and crazy? You didn't tell me that.
It's a little. I told you. Okay, we might not do that. We'll see how we feel, but we're fixing to hit that and take y'all along with us. nothing better than a good, crisp IPA after a hard mountain bike ride. It wasn't really that hard,
No.
but it was hot. And if you notice, before tomorrow's cold front comes in, or tomorrow night, so tomorrow's not going to be bad, tomorrow's going to be in preparation for the bad, I am going to enjoy shorts.
And sandals.
And sandals.
I had on shorts, but the wind is what gets you.
Because after today, or yeah, even today, it's going to start cooling off. Tomorrow, I won't get to wear shorts and flip-flops for a while. It's like 70, what is it right now? Like 75, 80?
Supposed to give it to 80 today, but tomorrow the high is something in the 60s, but overcast and spots of rain. We took our wind blockers down, if you're wondering what all this rope is, so we can enjoy the view. It's been so cold that we had to keep the panels up because the wind is just crazy.
Really what this is so that if I get too close, I know where to stop. Yeah.
The shark prickling.
Yeah, because we got cactus and everything, and that would be a bad turn of events. Kellie's gonna bust out a great hearty meal for after a mountain bike
these
ride.
kind of temperatures, I'm making bean burritos. So first thing I need to do is pickle this purple onion.
These pickled purple onions are so fabulous that you could eat them by themselves. That's how good. I've actually done that before.
And it's just shocking how easy it was. Like, I thought it was some kind of big science to it or something. It's just really not.
Man, that word pickling is very intimidating.
Yeah.
It really is. I'm not making fun of it.
You could pretty much pickle anything the way I'm fixing to pickle this, which I have not pickled anything else because I don't know where I'd store it.
You know one thing we're missing right now, though?
The beach?
Besides the beach. Chips and salsa.
Oh, no, sorry. These onions will go in the burrito after they are pickled. Alright, I just tossed my onions in here, and you can pickle anything this way. It only takes about 3 to 5 minutes. Just gonna let them boil.
She put some vinegar in there too. I forgot to get that. But while those are pickling, we need to tell y'all we have the next Dome Life cleanup planned, and we're partnering with the Missouri Stream Team, and they have a really big event planned. And that's part of the reason we're staying in this area, is because we don't want to go so far west or so far in Florida, and it takes us forever to get back to Missouri.
Yes.
The date of the event is March 19th. Put it on your calendar. Tell your friends, your family. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So what's going to be happening at this event? So there will be camping, trash cleanups, restoration projects, and celebration of the Merrimack watershed. Join in both land and water trash cleanups. So if you don't have a boat or you don't want to be on the water, there's projects on land as well. There's going to be the removal of invasive plant species along 26 miles of the Merrimack River, and there will be educational and informational booths, nature programs, activities for all ages and abilities, and we have a food truck, a guest speaker, and some foot stomping local music. I like that. I love foot stomping music. So we'll put the link for this in the description below. Make sure you come and check it out. So I'll place the link for the Eventbrite website below for this event. Once again, it's gonna be epic. What are you doing there?
I'm chopping up a lot of garlic. A lot of garlic, because you know we love garlic. As much as we love cheese, we love garlic.
Cheese, pepper, salt,
Red
garlic,
pepper flakes.
red pepper flakes. I mean, that's pretty much the staple of all your dishes.
Yeah.
So what makes Kellie's dishes so good, and I'll tell you this right now, this is all truth, that's her love and passion going into every dish she makes. The whole world when she's cooking is really kind of blanked out, and it's like Kellie's world, and you don't want to get in the way. She'll hurt you. She'll back it. She'll draw it up a nub, some blood. I mean, she'll hurt you. So somebody asked in a comment. I gotta add this. Someone asked if Kellie has ever had an injury while cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Now she doesn't have injuries nowadays, but whenever she first started learning how to cook and teaching herself, she made a ham / turkey / roast beef.
It was supposed to be an Easter ham. It was a ham for Easter. I was like, hey, let me do the ham.
Well, she bought a non-cured ham, and it was just I don't even think they considered it a ham. It was just a pork rib. This was her learning stages. She started cooking it, and as she was cooking, she ended up...
I don't even know how I cooked it. I have no idea what happened.
Well, the top was dry like turkey.
The middle was like roast beef, right?
No, the middle was like pork. It was close to pork, and then the very bottom was like roast beef, because it was sitting in the juices the whole time. You never turned it over. Mm-hmm. But that's not the...
You're supposed to turn it over?
Well,
how would you turn it over?
I don't know. But anyways.
I don't think you know how to cook a ham either in the oven.
No, I don't. But whenever she did this, she cut her finger, her pointer finger, and it was so deep that when she bent like that, it was not pretty. It was...
So I used a very, very dull knife. I should have not used that knife, and I don't know what I was thinking. I was trying to slice it or something. I don't know. And I did. I cut my finger. I still have a scar. It's like right here. But it was Easter, and I refused. I was not going to the doctor. I was like, by God, we're going to my mom's. We're having Easter. So I had a popsicle, and I put the popsicle stick there, and I taped it around. And so I just walked around like this all day. So there's the results of the onion. I don't know how it is. Good?
Mm-hmm. Vinegar she used makes it kind of sweet.
Red wine vinegar.
Red wine vinegar.
But the sugar is what makes it sweet.
Okay, I don't even pay attention. She put sugar in it, and it makes it sweet. So whenever she makes this bean burrito, because that's all it is black beans, right?
So yes, I'm making, it's a refried bean, but I'm going to use black bean. I'm going to make the refried beans. Now we're going to make the beans. A lot of people ask me how I clean my skillet. The answer to that is I'm showing you right now. So I normally don't wash my skillet, or how I clean in season. I don't ever wash it. I just kind of scrape out anything in it and wipe it clean. But last night we have a campground cat, and she came and like licked all in this while it was laying down. I was trying to let it cool off. I had nowhere to set it. So I had it laying down on the ground, just came and licked all in it. So I had to wipe it with a wet rag, no soap. And now I need to kind of re-season it, so I've got a bunch of oil in there. That's all I'm doing. I don't have an oven to heat it up in, so I've just got oil and I've just spread it everywhere. And now I'm going to turn my heat down. And now for the beans.
Man, that was so fast. What was all that?
Salt, pepper, cumin, garlic.
Cumin.
Gotta go quick because I don't want the garlic to burn.
Salt and pepper. Once again, the staples of all your dishes.
So I'm just cooking the garlic just a little bit.
It's becoming very fragrant.
Fragrant. This is just some green onions. Alright, now we've got our beans drained and rinsed. I'm mashing them, and I just started. As soon as I put them in there and stirred everything up. Some water. Throw in some green onion. And now I'm just kind of mashing the beans into the water. Something else that goes in the burrito is cilantro. Through my cooking in these videos, I've realized there's a lot of people out there that do not like cilantro. They say it tastes like soap. I guess we're not one of those people.
I mean, personally, give me
Brings
some.
like a garden fresh taste to whatever dish. I don't think you're supposed to eat it straight though.
If you eat it straight, it tastes like soap.
Yeah, don't eat it straight. Welcome to my TED Talks. Just don't eat it straight. All right, let's build these things. I'm gonna do cheese first. Cilantro. Onion. This is a really fresh burrito, by the way. Like, it just tastes fresh. And then beans. Now, I'm going light on the beans. You could probably do more than 2 cans is what I used. But I'm going light so we have more burritos. And then we're gonna fold it.
Ooh, look at that.
I can't even wait.
This is solid. We're going to enjoy this burrito and taking this gorgeous view before it's gone to cold, nasty weather. And we'll see y'all in the morning. Good morning, and as you can see, the wind is pushing in the cold front as we speak. It already feels a little bit chillier than it did yesterday morning.
I think it's about the same. I just don't think it's going to get any warmer.
It feels cooler to me. Well, I did have thermals on yesterday morning in preparation, so I was kind of hot. That might explain a lot. Anywho, it's kind of windy. It's going to be windy for the rest of the day, I think, and it's
not bad though.
Is it not? She must have been paying attention to the Weather Channel. I'm
just check the weather.
Oh, maybe that's why.
I literally just checked.
Maybe that's why I know nothing. So tell them what's going on.
I mean, it's just going to be generally the normal amount of wind today, and then the high is only going to be in the 50s, and then tonight is when it's going to start getting cold. So it's going to start getting colder, and as the day tomorrow goes on, it's going to get colder. You know, usually during the day it warms up, it will get colder. So we're looking at lows tomorrow night in like 13, I think is what they said. We have a plan. There's no way for us to go and seek any kind of shelter. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere, and I mean, that just costs money. So we're already set up here. We've already paid for this spot, and we're just gonna do what we can do. But first, we're gonna eat, of course. You know, we have to do breakfast.
Day is in preparation for the storm or the cold weather coming through.
Cold front.
Yeah, the cold front, not storm.
The wind has picked up quite a bit right here on this bluff, and with nothing blocking the tent, so it's just so loud. But we have to deal with it. So our plan is we're going to move the beds over here, and we're going to try to put the little tent up in here, in this area. We don't know how it's going to work, but we're going to try it. That way we're going to be a tent within a tent. We can have our heater in the little tent. So the problem with this tent is that air wants to come up in here, so it keeps it a cold flow of air. When we have the tent heater on in here, since heat rises, it just takes the heat out of here. So the heat doesn't even stay. So what we're gonna have to do is put the small tent in here with the heater in the small tent, so it will retain the heat because it has a rainfly that comes all the way down to the bottom of the ground. That is what is good about those kind of tents. This one, the rainfly stops literally right here.
And remember, we're not trying to camp in cold weather. These are 3-season tents, both of them are. They're only designed for fall, summer, and spring weather, not winter weather.
Yeah.
So we're trying to do the best we can with what we got, because when we came this direction, it wasn't supposed to be this type of temperature. It's supposed to be over, and this caught us kind of blindsiding us.
Well, we knew like a week in advance, but it was already too late because we're trying to get somewhere else, and we can't do a lot of driving, as in driving really further south. Then we would have an even further drive where we were trying to go, and in a few days the weather is going to be fine again. So I think this might be the last cold snap, I hope.
But one of the first things we do need to do before we do the bedding is we need to clean all the sand off of the tent from when we used it out on the beach, because that was the last time we used that, was on Padre Island. And some of you might be wondering why we don't use this trailer. The reason we don't use this trailer is, if you can tell, we've completely fitted this out to be just storage. This is got bike racks built in it. It's completely, there is no room for us, and we can't pull everything out.
And I wanted to add, even if we did pull everything out, there's no way that I'm putting our clean bedding in all this. We would probably have to spend a whole day just cleaning this, and we don't have a vacuum. And the whole thing about cold weather is the sleeping part, that's not really the bother, because we're in thermals, we're in our sleeping bags, we've got tons of blankets, we're warm. The hard part is like right now, you're out here, and it's like you want to be outside, you want to cook out here, you want to enjoy being outside, and you can't. So we would just be stuck sitting, when in our tent we have more room in our tent. We can stand in our tent, we can work out in our tent. So it just works better for us in that aspect, because we like to work out. That's why when you watch, when we got the shelter, we like the shelter with the heat, because we could work out in that shelter. Works out better for us because we try to work out at least 4 times a week. That tent bag looks so small compared to our other one. So we have the tent up in the tent. We did not put the pole for the rain fly in the center because we don't really need it. Since we can't put stakes in the corners, we are having to put our weights in the corner just to keep it spread out, so we have the true 10 by 10, and if not, the walls are, even in here, the walls are blowing in on us. You never know with the wind here, it could continue to do this all night. Now with double noise from the tents, it's like, sometimes you just want peace and quiet, and I don't think we're gonna get it. We don't have any earplugs, and earplugs don't even fit in my ear, so that's an issue with that.
Okay, that fixes that problem.
It does actually block a lot of wind so far, so that's
It's
good.
actually warm in here. It's freezing out there. It's like cozy in here, actually. This is a little stressful. If you ever want to see us stressful, this has been the first time we've been a little stressed on camping. This is new. All right, let's get my bed set up.
You want to zip this up now? Are we done here?
Yeah. And one other thing I'm gonna have to do is we want to make sure that the smaller tent doesn't poke any holes with the stakes down on the corners right there. I got this leftover padding that we used in the trailer in some spots. I'm gonna cut it and make a little pad to go around right there. So it's only supposed to blow like this, Kelly said, as the cold front blows in. So this shouldn't last too much longer.
No, well, I mean, it's going to be all day and all night. But tomorrow and tomorrow night it shouldn't be.
Okay. I think that's it for now.
It's actually pretty warm in here. I mean, I do have kind of a lot of clothes on, but it's warmer in here than it is out there.
So Kelly was right that we could have gone further back that way. What I was originally thinking is that we were going to put this pole in this top rainfly so that it would be out of our faces. I don't really think it matters inside here. So this gives us extra room in here to be able to work out, do yoga.
Oh, I'm
not gonna work out.
I'm not working out, but I have to stretch or my body's gonna pay me for it. Yeah. And the reason we put the rainfly on is to block the wind coming in from the top of the tent.
Yeah, so that's gonna trap heat inside there, and then this is like an insulator, because even though, like she said, wind or heat does escape out of here, if the wind does stop blowing, this will hold heat from a heater. And as long as there's not a lot of wind, when the wind starts blowing even a little bit, it creates a draft at the top and pulls all the heat out. Because this is a summer spring tent, and we never planned on camping this way. This was not in our books. That's why we always have this light materials, because we were going to chase the warmer weather. But apparently there is no warm weather unless we go to Mexico and we don't have passports. We need passports.
It's just the wind.
The wind's annoying. Really annoying.
I mean, if we had the option, if we were just, free for all, and I'd say put something in front of the tent to block the wind, like a truck or a trailer or something, but...
Well, the way this campground's laid out, we don't have that option. Okay, things just got a little bit more serious. We had the park host come by and tell us that the weather is so bad that they're not going to have the front office open tomorrow because of traffic. But they're not kicking anybody out of the campground. They don't think that anything's going to freeze or water will freeze, but they don't know what the road conditions are going to be tomorrow. So we're deciding not to cook tonight and to go ahead and go into Del Rio, which is in 45 minutes from us, and pick up some supplies so we can bunker down here tomorrow. But two other things that I was needing to do, which I don't have time to at this moment, is we're going to drain the trailer so that doesn't freeze, and fill up some other containers that if they do crack or something, it's fine. We just don't want the piping for the trailer to crack.
Which we can drain all that tomorrow. So if you want to see what happens on this adventure, stay tuned for the next episode.
Yeah. So we'll see y'all next Tuesday.
Yep. See y'all then.
Catch you on the other.